Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 25 days of financial Basbos. How has it been? How's your weekend? Welcome to a new week. Today we'll be discussing how wealth has no gender. Why should women have their money? That is what we'll be discussing today. And I'll be co-hosting this session with TMO, and I believe she will be joining us soon. All right, let me start. As a woman, it is good for you to have your own money. One, having your own money gives you security. Yes, it gives you security. It gives you protection. And apart from that, as a woman, having your own money, you can assist financially even in your home. Let's say you are not married, you are still single. It also gives you honor that you see someone that you can help, someone that asks for help from you. You are able to render financial help. Doing that, you feel great doing that. That on your own, you can help someone financially. There are so many dimensions in this topic that we're going to talk about today. That wealth has no gender. This money we're talking about is meant for everyone, whether it be man or woman, boy or girl. The money is meant for everybody. But today we're particularly talking about women, how we need to have our own money. As a woman, you need to have a skill so that you can support. You need to have what you are doing as a business. Yes, you need to have what you are doing as a business. Good evening, TMO. You're welcome. As a woman, yes, you need to have your own business to support your home, to support the family. Yes, like I said at the beginning, that having your own money gives you security. It provides a leverage for you as a woman. Yes. And by doing that, by having your own money, sorry to say, there are so many things that you can do. You don't need permission from anybody. When you have your own money, you can do things without taking permission from anyone. It doesn't mean that you are married and you want to take permission from your husband, or you will, but because you have your own money, you can do things. You will not wait until your husband give you money before you go ahead making decision. No, because you have your money, you can make decision, a good decision that will be favorable to you and your household. So it is good for a woman to have her own money. Learn a skill if you don't have a skill. Like now, right now, we are talking about we are into the 25 days of financial Basbos. How women need to have their own money. Yes. You might say, oh, I don't have a skill. You can learn a skill. You can become a realtor. When you sell property, you get commission. By doing that, you can assist your woman, your husband. While being a wife, if you don't have any assistant in your home, they will begin to look you less. Let me say this. They look you less because you cannot contribute. Your own is just to sit down and eat. Okay, what about if your husband lost his job, for instance? So the family will be in hunger strike? No. These are one of the reasons why women should have our own money. Have your own money. In such cases, when such things arise, you can stand for the home because you have money, you can support. People outside don't know what is going on because you now have the time to cover up for your husband. These are one of the good reasons why a woman should have her own money. Yes. Like I said in the beginning, it gives security and also gives leverage. Okay, let's say for instance, well, we don't pray for women to be widows. We have so many cases that the husband will say, oh, don't work, sit at home. When the man dies, that's how you see they'll become, they'll start begging people, begging their relatives, coming to social media, asking for funds. No, while the man was still alive, if the woman was working or have her own business, when such thing happen, she will not fall to anyone start asking for money because she already stood her ground. She have her business, she have her money, she can take care of the responsibility of the home. These are one of the reasons why women should have their money.
All right. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Charity. We are now live on Instagram and we've been live on YouTube as well as Facebook. Just a quick reminder, we're still doing our 25 days Gbas Gbos. It's a mid-year reset, and our goal is to help you, give you tools and resources to help you finish 2026 strong, finish 2026 wiser, finish 2026 richer. And today's topic is wealth has no gender. I really would like to stop it at wealth has no gender, but we've put why every woman should own her own money. And I understand the fact that there's always the conversation around women owning their money because of life can happen, death of spouse, being able to have vex money, being able to walk away from a violent relationship. There are many reasons women should own their own money, but I want us to first start from wealth has no gender. Generally, wealth has no gender. Why is that important? Why should people note the fact that wealth has no gender? Why should it be important for people to see money making as not something that belongs to that is easier for a gender to achieve? I've heard stories that female realtors are more successful than male realtors because female realtors have all the endowments. They have all the endowments that would allow them to attract the very lucrative deal. The female realtors that when they are working, they are doing house showing, but you are not really looking at the house. You are looking at every other thing that they have on display. So there is that conversation around this thing making female realtors more successful. But for me, I would like to have this conversation focusing more on the fact that the world is patriarchal. Let me not say the world. Africa is patriarchal. That means Africa tilts more towards men. Africa tilts towards men. So yes, wealth has no gender. Every woman should have her own money. And we're going to be digging deep into the societal norms that shape this. Yes, yesterday I was watching a video. Nigeria has the first elected female president of the Nigerian Bar Association. That's a big deal. There's been another woman before, but she was appointed, not elected. And now a woman is the first female NBA chairman. Now, this woman 20 years ago was into cakes. She was a baker. This woman studied English. Like she graduated with English language. She worked, then resigned from work, became a baker, then went back to law school, went back to university and studied law, then went to law school. Last year, she became a SAN, and this year, she's the first elected woman to be the head of NBA. The story I just shared to you is a story of possibility. It's a story of, it doesn't matter where my background or where I'm coming from. What matters is I made a decision. But what is most important is that I saw a video of her husband last year talking about the fact that my wife will win. My wife will become the first female elected NBA. I have told her that I want her to achieve all the success, everything she wants to achieve. And in that video, he spoke about the fact that he's always told her that he's willing to walk behind her. What I found most instructive about it is the fact that she was allowed to dream and achieve her dream. And the fact that she dreamt and achieved her dream means that every other woman out there who wants to become a lawyer will start thinking, okay, if she can do it, I can do it too. And that's the purpose of this conversation. Wealth has no gender. When I see someone that looks like me, shaped like me, achieving success, I begin to think it is possible for myself. And your success is not just about you, because she becoming the first female NBA chairman is evidence of the fact that in a short while, other women will start aspiring to that role because they feel she has done it. What stories have you heard, Charity, of women breaking? Like what women out there have inspired you to dare and dream and try? What stories out there has encouraged you when life happens?
Okay, I'll take for there's someone uh, okay, let me give an instance of a family that give birth to just ladies. And you know,
Mm-hmm.
in our society, they say when you don't have a male child, that you are nobody, that all your investments are just waste. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, if you invest on those daughters, they'll become what even some men cannot achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say for instance, we say it's only men that have professional job, like let's say for engineer, the doctor, the lawyers, like you mentioned before. But these days, you see that both genders they achieve the same thing. Women now are now going for even pushing their education more further, want to achieve more degrees, like getting after your BSc, masters, they will achieve getting a doctor degree. That will tell you that being a woman, you
Mm-hmm.
don't end in the kitchen, no, like you usually say in those days. No. Women that are doing great stuffs now, you see in most positions up there, women are taking over.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to become great in society, to be important in the society, not just men alone. Women are also taking those important seats in the society.
So I love the direction you went into for families that have that they only have girls. As an only child, is very personal for me. Um, and it's personal for me because while growing up, many people used to wanted to make my parents feel bad that they have just one child, and it was seen as it's something to mock them with. There was a time in my life that I was much younger. I was a teenager, and I was thinking in my mind like, I wish I was a boy. Like I wish I was a boy. At least they won't need to be worried and saying who will make the name to live on. Um, and thinking about it, it really inspired me that I had to do something. Like I had to, I had to create value. When I say wealth has no gender, the first thing I want everyone listening to me to note is the fact that wealth has no gender is a function of the fact that money follows value. Whether you are a man or a woman, once you are a valuable person, money will follow you. And if you are a woman and money is not chasing you, it's because you have not created enough value. And sometimes we ascribe value to gender, but there is no gender, male or female, that does not carry value. There is no human that does not carry value. Value does not, how will I put it? It's not a gender based thing. I'm not going to go to see a doctor and I get to the hospital and I'll say, oh, it has to be a man. If it's not a man, I cannot. Even women, even female Muslims that are particular about being treated by women, when they are delivering, giving birth, if there is no specialized woman to see to their delivery, they will open up for a man to take the delivery of that child. So there are female doctors, there are male doctors. The value of that person is not tied to whether it's female or male. Yes, because of religion, many people, a few people tilt towards, oh, I would like to have, I would like to be treated by someone of my gender. But as long as there's value and somebody is getting treated, guess what? As long as there's value, money will flow. Money will definitely flow. There is also the part of the traditional narratives we've heard. You know, there are beliefs that women are not good with money, and that's not true. There's a traditional, you know, people used to believe that the best people to handle money are men, that the men of the house are the ones that handle the money, and that women are spenders. And that's not true. But if all your life, all that you have heard is that women are spenders, men are, how do I put it? Men are the ones that make money. Women are the ones that spend money. And I'm sure you have heard that before. Men make money, women spend money. But it's not true. Because we're seeing big deals that are closed by women. We're seeing big deals closed by, like, we're seeing successful businesses owned by women. I'll give you this story. I read it in a book. Lean In is by Sandra something Berg. She was the one that monetized Facebook. Facebook for many years. Yes, wholly owned by a man, but the business did not know how to make money. And they brought in this woman, and this woman took the business and turned it into a profitable business. Women can make money just as a man can make money. It's a function of value. So if you are a woman watching this video and you are not making the kind of money men around you are making, it's not because they are men that are making more money. It's simply because you haven't created enough value. You haven't empowered yourself enough, or you have not been courageous enough to dare some things. A lot of women have been brought up with fear. They've been brought up to be conditioned to be shy, conditioned not to speak up. And this conversation our goal is to open your eyes. So if you are a man watching this live, our goal is to say, share this with any woman around you. Listen and know how to be supportive of the women around you. And if you are a woman watching this, the goal is to get you thinking and seeing opportunities that exist around you, because there are opportunities around you. Charity.
Yes, ma'am. I think that question.
I honestly don't have a question for you. I don't know if you have a question for me before I move on to my next point. I know that before I came live, you were talking about something. I wasn't sure, but I have an idea, and I'd like you to maybe remind me of what you were talking about.
Okay, I started with as a woman, like I started with wealth has no gender. Like, it doesn't mean it is money is meant for only the men. No, it's for both women and men. And I gave a chance that as a woman, when you have your own money, you have security. 2, you can also provide in your home, like support. You are a support system to your home.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can also help.
I like when you just hold on where you mentioned support system to your home. Statistically, it's been proven that families where the woman is empowered, when a woman is empowered, the family is healthier, they eat better. An educated and empowered woman means that the children are going to be educated, they would also eat better, they would have better chances at life because their mother is financially empowered.
Yes.
I read that data somewhere, and I can't quote the specifics, but it was extremely shocking that the impact a financially empowered woman has on the society. Poorer women lead to more sicknesses, as in more sicknesses, more diseases, more more people dying within marriages, more people dying within the society. There is more crime in societies where women are not financially empowered. It was shocking. I was like, what's the correlation? But then I thought about it and I was like, oh, that's true. That's true. If the mother has money, the children don't need to go and be hustling on the streets. They don't need to go on the streets hawking. They don't need to join bad gang as a way to raise money for the family when the woman is empowered. Because in most cases, if the man is the only one bringing in the money and he doesn't have enough, and there's no support, it was your conversation around support that reminded me of the data. If there's no support from the woman at home, what tends to happen is the children are not well taken care of. If the woman has to hustle and the woman is not educated, there's a problem in the society. There's more crime, there are more sicknesses, and there's less education within the society. So thank you for even reminding me of that data. But I also want to talk about independence. A lot of women are not financially independent. And that statement, I know people will twist it in different ways. I'm not saying that you should be, let me even leave marriage. As a single lady, how many single ladies are financially independent in our society? The average single lady is living off a man one way or the other. If you check the phone the single lady is using, the average single lady, their phone is being used by is a man that bought the phone for them. Their trips abroad is a man that is sponsoring it. So it's more like, even though they are single, they are not independent. If you are in a marriage, is a different thing. You are meant to be interdependent. Not that a woman is fully dependent on a man, because she also has capacity to earn. But I want to face the single ladies who are busy sleeping around with every man that is willing to give them an iPhone. And there are many of them right now. They are willing to sleep with anybody just to get an iPhone. They are willing to sleep with somebody to get human hair. You see a lady, she's working, but she's a small girl, big God. The house she's living in, the rent is paid for by a man. The car she's driving, it was bought by a man. Her last vacation was sponsored by a man. Her phone was bought by a man. Her salary is for doing makeup, for buying clothes. Her correct designer is a man. And for me, that is a major problem. Because if you are not independent, your decision is skewed. Many people enter into crisis because they are thinking based on, how do I make money? Or I need this relationship for money, or I need this work for money. But if you are able to be independent, you can avoid a violent relationship. Do you know how many times women have died in marriage when they could have seen the red flag while they were dating? But they did not take it serious, because in their mind at the time, all they were thinking of was the fact that this person was meeting my need. This person is covering my bills. If I break off this relationship, how do I pay house rent? How do I cover my school fees? And that influences the decision on who to marry, the ability of the person to produce, and the lack of seeing the possibility of them being able to take care of themselves, because they're not independent. That's why a man can slap a girlfriend, and the girlfriend will still end up marrying the person. We've seen wedding day that husband said they were feeding him food and he slapped the bride on the wedding day, and they still got married. That decision is not a decision from a wealthy mind. That decision is a decision from a dependent woman who cannot think outside that role, the man's role and the man's financial empowerment in her life. So for me, independence is a key factor. We have lost too many women to major violence, like We've lost women to violence because they were not financially independent. They did not understand that they could create wealth. So anything that man is doing for you financially, you can do for yourself. So you don't need to live your life thinking that the only way you can make money is through the man, because you know you can make your money by yourself. Anything the man is giving you is a bonus, and you can do without it. That for me is a real. Have you heard any of such stories? You know, I was mentioning it because the video went viral when on a wedding day the man actually slapped the wife, and
Yes.
I was like, this cannot happen. This did they still marry or the marriage scattered? And I found out they actually still went. The woman still followed the man home, and I knew that moment that it was not an emotional decision. It was not out of love. It was out of financial dependence.
So I
Charity.
also feel like as a single ladies, some of the single ladies they don't know as much as they should know, because if they do, they will look for a way to invest in themselves to grow their self.
Mm,
I use myself as an example. While I was still growing up in my early 20s, even before 27, I always say that I will not marry a man that cannot take care of me. But with the knowledge I have now, I can do this for myself because I have invested in myself, I have gained skills, I have broad knowledge that as a woman, I can have my own money. I can work towards what I want, not depending on a man, whether being
mm,
a husband or a boyfriend. So because now I have knowledge, I've expanded in knowledge. So I have learned so many things that as a single girl or as a married woman, invest in yourself so that even at that you will be more valuable.
mm.
If you look at the what would I say now? You see the number of people that are getting married now. No man wants to marry in liability.
Exactly.
No man wants to marry in liability. You as a single lady that you are still here and you don't have something doing and you are aspiring to marry to someone that is doing well. No,
Mm,
you will not attract such persons because why? You don't have anything that is valuable that the man can say, okay, this lady, this is what she has, or this is how she
mm.
has invested in herself. It is who you are. That is what you will attract. So as a single lady here in this life, I advise you to invest in yourself so that you be more valuable.
Yeah.
That when the kind of person you are aspiring to meet in your future, when they
Mm,
see you, they will see the value in you. That this person, I can make life with this person. It means you can also grow with someone, you can plan with someone. But if you don't have that knowledge and you have not invest in yourself, you don't have any worth. When a man gets
okay.
married, you now become a liability, which is not good.
Mm,
So as a single lady here, invest in yourself
so
so
true.
that you
Thank you so much.
will. Yes.
Um, Thank you so much. You know, I went into that because we were talking about the importance of independence, you know, as something that being truly financially independent in that you can afford to, you understand you can create the money to live your life and be responsible for yourself. So when a woman is joining a man in marriage, it is not because the person is going to now assume all responsibility for their life decisions. Because it can be overwhelming for the man you are going into a relationship with when he has to assume your entire life decision. Is the one responsible for your siblings. You married a man and the man is taking care of the woman's parents, the woman's siblings, because everything is tied to his financial ability. It puts a strain on the health of the relationship. However, the truth is, historically, women did not used to get a whole lot in terms of inheritance. And I know there are still some parts of the country where women have to fight to get inheritance from their
Yes.
parents, that when their parents die, the culture gives everything to the first male child. And in some cases, it is split among the men. And the conversation is, this woman has become, she's now married to someone else, or she will take the property away. And that makes some women not willing to actively invest into real estate, because they are wondering, anything I buy now, it will be in my my girls cannot get it or something. Um, there was a case that was judged, I think it was almost 30 years after, where an Igbo woman was finally able to inherit from her father. It was a precedent-setting case. It was really, really serious. And for me, it was very enlightening that we now have precedents, which means if you find yourself in a situation where your right to ownership of property inheritance from your family is being contested based on culture, you can take the family to court. I know people don't like that. We don't want to hear taking family members to court, because it just looks like you're not well brought up, and all of that. But it's very, very key. Back to our topic of wealth has no gender, why women should be wealthy. Let's talk about risk. Charity, would you say you are someone that runs away from risk, or you are someone that jumps into risk?
For me, I'm not 100%
Be
sure
honest.
into. No, I'm 50%. The reason is I don't like losing money. I don't like losing money because I work hard for my money. I don't like losing money. That's the main reason. That's the
Do
main
you
reason.
know the women around you, many of them, would you say they are 50-50, or they are people that they don't really like taking risk at all?
I have some. I don't like taking risk at all. I
Thank
have
you
some. I
for
don't like.
being honest. So
Yes.
the data shows that um, women are more risk averse than men. Women are more risk averse than men. What that means is a lot of women actually um, avoid risk. They dodge anything that is risky. It's just not in our wiring as women. And it's because we are not trained to take those kind of risks. So in most cases, the average woman is not going to is not going to take any risk. The average woman is going to focus more on maybe investing or saving. The average woman is not taking risk. So that in mind, it becomes extremely important for women to develop themselves to take risk, because you cannot build wealth without taking risk.
That's true.
So if we're saying wealth has no gender, the reason more men are making more money, are building greater wealth, is because men are willing to take the risk. They are willing to try. They are willing to lose a little. They are willing to lose a lot. They are willing to lose everything. But the average woman is risk averse. Research has shown that more men actually view money as a tool. They are willing to they will throw the money so that they can get power. They will throw the money so they can make more. But women prioritize security. The average woman wants to be secure. Just give me that money, I will hold it and ensure that we don't lose the money. The man will say, let's try it. That's why more men gamble than women, in case you don't know. That the data shows it. Statistically, more men gamble than women. And it is just in that risk-taking nature, right from time, even before Naira and Kobo, dollar or paper money, more men go into the bush to go and hunt, which is facing risk. So men have historically been wired to go and hunt. Women will take the food, what you hunt and bring. I will now kill it and prepare it and make it better. but very few women go and hunt for food. The men go and hunt. And it is in the same vein that risk with making investments happens. In our real estate journey, in your real estate journey, Charity, have you encountered, would you say you've encountered more fearful women than fearful men? I would say that's my own story. I have too many stories of very fearful clients that I don't even think I've had women that make it. Very few women make the decision to buy land on their own. Many of them have to go and talk to their husband, talk to their uncle, or talk to their brother. But what's your own experience been like?
Okay, so my own experience is mainly the singles that invest in real estate. Yes. Mainly the singles single ladies that invest in real estate by themselves.
So married women tend not to think about it. They wait for their husbands.
Yes, before they make decision.
Well, I can understand, because as a married woman, I will not jump into a real estate decision without telling my husband, because the two have become one. I would like it to carry him along. However, I have made some decisions that he did not agree with because I was convinced they were the right moves to make. And after I made those decisions, he later bought into it. Just a quick reminder for my amazing viewers joining us on the 25 Days Gbasgbos. Have you liked our video? You're not even commenting. What's happening today? Is it because we're talking to women? The men don't like it. Is there which man is watching us right now? Let me know. If you're a man watching us, say I'm a man. And if you're a woman, say it is entering me, because I can see that our comments are very, 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 very scarce. The comments are not coming in. Why? Don't forget to share this video with any woman that you know and care about, because sometimes what we don't know is hurting us and we just don't know. And when we know better, we do better. So I spoke about risk aversion. When you know that as a woman, you are prone to being risk averse, it means that when you want to make a decision and the feminine part of you is seeing it as a risk and you want to pull back, what do? You quickly remember that this is just my body trying to protect me. I'm going to go ahead regardless. I'm going to go ahead regardless. I can see a jump in our numbers because you shared. Keep sharing. We're still discussing wealth has no gender, why every woman should own their own money. We spoke about the fact that women that have money they live longer. In case you don't know, women that have money live longer. Women that have money have better families. Their families live longer. Their families are more educated. They are less prone to violence in their home, and their children get better educated just because the woman has money. Then we spoke about the fact that traditionally women are brought up to see money as something for men to understand and women to maybe manage. So it's important that we change that conditioning from our mind. Then we spoke about the fact that independence is important, and many women are not independent financially, and it influences and impacts on how they are able to make life decisions. Because you are in a relationship and you're about to marry someone that is beating you, but because you are financially dependent on the person, you can't think. Because your parents are dependent on your husband, you cannot live a bad marriage. Because you can't pay for school fees or house rent, you will stay in a bad marriage. And that, for me, or a violent marriage that puts your life at risk. That's why independence financially is important. Then we spoke about inheritance, how culturally women are not even allowed to inherit in most cases unless they take the case to court. And if there's no will, it is a major battle for women to inherit in many cultures around the world. Then we went into risk aversion, the fact that many women are naturally averse to taking risks. Women want security. Women want to be sure. They prioritize slow and steady, while men build wealth by taking risks. So if you're a woman watching, you need to take more risk, because your wealth is tied to how much risk you are willing to take. I'm not saying you should throw your caution into the wind and disregard due diligence. I do real estate. I have to do due diligence. And in due diligence, I've discovered many things. I've discovered properties that were not safe. I've discovered risky transactions that could have cost me the money because I did due diligence. So I'm not saying that take risk and jump into an investment that is purely risky. No, or that can make you lose your money. But be willing to approach risk from the perspective of someone who knows that you win some, you lose some. Be willing to lose some. Another thing I would say is there's a minus for women that challenges their ability to make money. Many women spend more time outside work. So the truth is, as a woman, if you are going to be having children, you have to take maternity leave. Your children will fall sick, it falls on you. Every time a woman takes leave, it gives men more opportunities for promotion at work. And that's a fact. It is why, and many women at a point in raising their children, they resign from corporate world to go and focus on raising my children. We are now wondering why there's a distance between women having their money. It's because there is that taking time to care for family means that you are taking time away from money. You are taking time away from income. And the time you take away from income affects your ability to invest long term. So I think it's something worth discussing. We don't usually ask a man to take out time after giving birth, maybe a week maximum. Maternity leave for paternity leave is maximum of 1 week or 2 weeks. But for women, 3 months, and in some cases, a full year. I know women that after giving birth, they never resumed. Even when they resumed, they struggled for 1 or 2 months. One of our makeup artists in TVC, immediately she gave birth to her first child. She struggled, came back, worked for 2 months, went again. By the time she was coming back, she was already pregnant. In less than a year, her child was not 1 year. She was already pregnant with the second one, and it really worried her. So she had to take time off. They didn't even, TVC is very, very women friendly because our Oga, there are women in senior management. So they still allowed her to keep the job. By the time she gave birth, she resumed another 1 month. Now she resigned, say, I can't cope. And it was obvious because the life changes happen more in women than with men. So it's extremely important that women protect their career growth even as they are having children, because wealth has no gender. So as you are having children as a woman, you must protect your career growth. Don't get lost in childbearing. And I'm saying this with all sense of responsibility as a woman with 3 children. Don't get lost in childbearing. Don't think, I'm having children. I don't know what to do. I'm having children. You're not the only one. You will not be the last to have children. You need to find a way to protect your earning power, even when you're having children. If you have to make sacrifice saying, I have to stay at home for my children, don't just stay at home and do nothing. Stay at home and expand your mind, expand your money making. There are so many women that are cleaned out on social media as housewives, full-time housewives, but online gurus when it comes to working. They are online, they are doing Forex trading, they are doing this, they are doing that while they are online. So the fact that you have decided to, care for your family sacrificially does not mean you should forget your obligation to yourself to expand your income. Charity, you have any story relating to that or any point regarding that?
There was a story that was coming to my thoughts, but as we were talking, the story just walked away. I don't know if it's become, but I don't know if I can remember now. The story that was coming to my thoughts, but just
okay. So earlier in the conversation, you mentioned people at home becoming realtors. I was trying to remember. I know you spoke about if somebody feels that they are not able to earn money or they are not financially independent, being a realtor can help them earn money. And I'll put it this way. We have a few realtors with us at Rep 360 who joined us because they had to stop work to take care of their family. And upon joining us, they have made more money than they earned ever in career being with us. I had a meeting with realtors. Was it early this month or late last month that they came to the office? I think it was late last month, our hangout. I had 5 people in the office. Of those 5, there was just 1 man and 4 women. And of the 4 women, I know 2 or 3 were married because of the conversation. And in that conversation, it occurred to me that these are people that made sacrifices for their household by becoming stay-at-home mom, but they did not allow being a stay-at-home mom stop them from earning money. So they became realtors with Rep 360. And if you are watching this, you would see how to become a realtor with Rep 360 scrolling up there. And I am passionate about helping women to make ridiculous money, make stupid money, make money that would humble any naysayer that wealth is based on gender, and make the money legitimately. So if your goal is to make legitimate money, whether you are a man or a woman, you are welcome to join us. But if you're a woman, I take your case very, very personal. You're my personal project. You must blow, you must succeed. Why? Because it is important that you thrive. Your success means your children will not be hungry. Your success means your children get to go to good schools. I was asking my husband, I wanted my children to learn Yoruba, and it became a battle. I did not bother. I'm the one paying for it. I enrolled a Yoruba teacher. If it was that he had to pay for it, I'll be negotiating. But since I'm paying for it straight up, I understand how many times when my kids are going to learn how to swim. If I was waiting for a man, it will not happen. Not even a man, my husband, it will not happen, because he's calculating naira and kobo. Because I know I can afford it, I just went ahead and paid. The quality of life your family would have improves. I went for a speaking engagement, I got paid. I just looked at my parents, I say, collect this figure, your daughter is making you proud. You are able to give your family quality life. Why? Because you have understood how to earn and increase your earning. So as a realtor with Rep 360, your earnings will increase astronomically. That is a done deal. All you need to do is commit to the lessons that we will be teaching on a consistent basis. So hear me well. Use the number. Antonia's number is right there, scrolling up there. Send her Reba. Send her Reba, and she will give you details of how to join us. There's a hangout on the 31st of July with me, and we would have an amazing time. Open house with TMO is for realtors and people who want to join us as realtors. It is a free event, 31st of July, free event. The focus is to help you understand how to sell real estate, and we would have a smashing time. Now, if you want to buy any real estate products, you can see I've pinned the phone number of our wealth advisors. Dear women, don't be so risk averse that you will not invest into real estate. Investigate wisely. We have wealth advisors that you can talk to. Charity is one of them right here talking to me. Her number is on the screen. You can see, right? Her number is right there. Chinyere is there. We have both male and female. Dapo is there for the guys, but I have more women. You can see that I'm a bit partial. Pardon me. Forgive me. But we need to make more room for women, okay? As we round up, Charity, what will be your final words before I take my last 3 points? I have 3 points I want to share with you all before I go, but I want to hear Charity's final words before I take my last 3 points, and then we go. If you are just joining, you missed a whole lot. Our topic is wealth has no gender. And if you've never joined our live stream, all through the month of July, Mondays to Friday, we have been doing a financial mid-year reset to help you finish 2026 strong. If you missed previous episodes, go on YouTube, Rep 360 TV, and watch it. It is loaded. Tomorrow, I'm bringing my friend as our guest. It's going to be a very, very smashing time. So, Charity.
All right, I wrote this down so that I won't forget. So
Awesome.
wealth has no gender. Financial empowerment is not about competing. We're not competing with the men, no. It's about creating security and a lasting legacy.
Thank you so much. That's so thoughtful. It's about creating a lasting legacy, and lasting legacy shouldn't be placed as a responsibility on just one gender. It has to be for both to make the society work. Um, Let me go into the first of my last 3 points for you today. I'm leaving you with 3 points. Number one, if you are a woman that wants to prioritize your financial well-being, because wealth has no gender. As a woman, you need to own your own money. If you're a woman watching, please share this video to every other woman that you know. Let's get more people in, because I want to share 3 points. Share the video quickly. And if you're watching the replay, still share the video as well, because you can never tell the impact it's going to have. So number one, prioritize your financial education. As a woman, you need to know more about money than you currently know. Where you are financially is based on what you have taught yourself. So the first thing I want you to do after today's class is to prioritize. And thank you. I celebrate every one of you that is joining this class, because it means that you are prioritizing your financial education by joining this class. Go back and watch our classes from the beginning and prioritize learning on how to save, how to budget, how to invest, how to increase your earnings. Proactively learn it. Don't wait until you have money to say, I would understand how to manage money and multiply money. No. Start proactively increasing your financial education. So number 1 point, prioritize financial education. Are you liking the video? If you got number 1 point, write it down. Prioritize financial education. No. Yeah, write it. Write it. Let me be sure that you are putting it down. Charity is doing like she's writing. I'm watching you. Number 1, prioritize financial education. And if you like what we just said, thumbs up as well, because I like that you can be watching and you not even remember to just like. It does not cost you money to like. Oh, yeah, like it. But I've been talking since for 50 minutes. Like the video. Okay? All right. Next is set clear personal goals. Define what you want to achieve financially. What do you want to achieve financially? As a woman, how much do you want to earn? What kind of investments do you want to have? Women can own properties across the world. Some of my key investors are actually women. I have men, but I have a lot of women that own properties in Lagos, in US, in the UK, in Dubai, and they bought it with their own money. Set the goal as a woman. Set clear personal financial goals. The first point that I'm leaving you with, I've shared plenty. Number 1, prioritize financial education. Number 2, set clear financial goals for yourself, not for your family. Leave Oga, leave your dad, leave your parents and their inheritance to you. No. What do you want? What you want? Do you want to start investing in property? Do you want to own properties in Nigeria? Do you want to own properties in the UK? Talk to us. You want to own in the US? Talk to us. You want to own in Dubai? Talk to us. You want to buy a house? Talk to us. You want to buy a land? Talk to us. You want to invest into shares? Talk to stockbrokers. But set clear financial goals. Set smart financial goals. If you don't know about SMART goals, Google it and ensure your goals meet a specific, measurable timeline, realistic, achievable. SMART goals. Go and set it. And point number 3, as we round off, is the reason we set up our realtors. I don't do mentorship, but you need mentors. The third point is to seek mentors. You need to look for successful individuals, particularly female, that are high earners in your career path or in your environment. So business leaders, they can offer you guidance, networking opportunities, and industry insights. You need mentors. I offer mentorship within real estate. That's my core. I know I don't do coaching. I do media, but I don't offer mentorship in media. But real estate, and the only way I can mentor you in real estate is if you join our Realtor community. It is basically free. At least you can start free. When you earn commission, you pay to get into the next level. But you can just register for free and start attending trainings without paying any amount of money. And if you don't have a personalized relationship with people that you regard as mentors, follow them online, watch all their videos. I will never see a video by Mrs. Ibuku Awosika and scroll past. Once I see her face, I will watch it. Just mistakenly put her face inside the video, I will watch it. I don't joke with her. I follow everything that Mrs. Ibuku Awosika does. I follow Folorunsho Alakija. She doesn't teach much on wealth creation, but I follow her. So the conversation is, who is your mentor? That's the third and final point I'm leaving with you today. Who is your mentor? Thankfully, I have attended enough conferences by Mrs. Awosika that when she sees me, she knows my name, she can greet me. But before then, I'd been drinking from her wealth of knowledge without a personalized relationship. There are people that know Mrs. Awosika one-on-one, that they've not gotten half of the value I got from her. And yes, my relationship with her was largely online. So what was the first point I said? Prioritize financial education. The second point I said, set clear financial goals. And the third point, get mentored. Women, female executives, successful in their career, business leaders, high earners, high flyers, preferably within your field and within your environment. I can say I'm being inspired by Barbara Corcoran. She's in America. I'm inspired by her here, but I know that her reality is different from mine. So I listen to her. I follow Terry Savofoy. She's in America. I'm inspired by her, but I follow her contact, but I have to find the one that is closer to Nigerian context. So I found Ibuku Awosika and I follow her religiously. There are other female people that are successful that I admire, but you see, the ones I religiously follow, once I see their message, I see their video, they go and preach in any church, I would watch it. They go and speak at any conference, I would watch it. Their book, I will read it. Their post, I will like it, because they are mentoring me from afar. If you want to be mentored in real estate space, join us on the 31st of July. It's a free open house with me for those that want to thrive in real estate. It's not only for women, it's also for men. So wealth has no gender, male and female can come, but I'm partial towards women because I'm a woman, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and I want to see more women, more mothers, more wives succeed. Thank you so much for spending your Monday evening with me. Thank you, Charity, for a very beautiful conversation. It was good having this chat with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, that's all we can take on today. I'll see you all tomorrow, 8 p.m. on the dot. I have a special guest joining us, 8 p.m. on the dot. I can't wait to see you. Take care. Bye.